Now, I can speak from my own wonderful experience. Parenting is one of life's greatest joys, but also one of its biggest challenges. You pretty much feel like a failure every day, but then the children fill that cup back up again. How do we raise secure, resilient, and confident kids in today's world? Well, joining us to explore this are two incredible guests, Laura Johnston, CEO of Phytoceutics and an integrative nutrition health coach herself, and then Dr. Jenny Rose, a clinical psychologist, parent-child expert, and a mom, which makes you an expert, I think, in this field. These become very self-indulgent, these conversations, because I've got two little ones and I'm stressing about the world that they are entering into. It's just crazy. You must get asked by every single mom or parent who meets you, how do I do it? How? Because you've carved a path there. So how do we do that? How do we raise secure, resilient, and confident kids to make their way in the world?
I think the key thing that we need to do, Graham, is to really safeguard the relationship. Okay. I think if we can understand that attachment and our connection with our kids is really the thing that we use to build off of, then we are protecting them against so much adversity and the struggles and the challenges that come their way. I think we very easily get caught up in how do we fix the power struggles and the tantrums and the behaviours that are difficult.
The manifestation of, yeah.
Exactly. But if we explore a little bit deeper and we actually use the relationship as the thing that is protective of our kids, then we are setting them up for success down the line.
Conscious parenting. Some people can feel the bile rising in their throat as they say it. I'm on that mission, and it is very, very challenging. But for the uninitiated, how would you explain conscious parenting, and what are we trying to achieve with that line?
So conscious parenting is an amazing way to approach how we raise our kids. And I think we are the first generation that's really intentional about how we raise kids and the kind of people we are molding.
Completely.
But I think there's a big sort of challenge that lies in our way, which is we often don't execute conscious parenting the way it is intended. So a lot of parents really get the first kind of step right, which is we are emotionally attuned, we validate, we're empathic, we're there, we're connecting, we're doing all of that so well. But we often forget that there's actually a second component to conscious parenting, and that is that we are boundaried. There are consequences for behavior. There's routine, structure, predictability, consistency, all of these layers. Exactly. Yeah. And we often fall short on that side. It's a combination of both of these factors that allows us to be conscious parents that raise these strong, resilient kids.
I'm finding most of my baggage that's coming out now is how little I knew about nutrition when I was younger, little I knew about my body, controlling my own moods, inspiring myself, all of those beautiful links between nutrition and our mind and our body, and that's where you step in. Why is this such an important underpinning in your child's journey?
So it's just really important to get those basics right. You know, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not well fed, you're not going to be able to regulate your emotions and your mood, and it's going to have big effects on your relationships.
Everything. It's going to affect everything in your life. Yeah.
So good sleep hygiene, you know, getting to bed on time, making sure that the room's dark, it's quiet, having a routine, super important. And then when it comes to nutrition, you know, if you're eating a very poor diet, high inflammatory sugar, it's going to affect your brain and it's going to affect your emotions. If your gut health is not in a good place, again, there's that gut-brain axis, it's not going to bode well for your emotional regulation. So high quality omega-3s. If your child doesn't eat fish, try a supplement. There are lots out there. D3, also important for bones and for mood. And a good probiotic are really important.
Look after the belly, because that is the source. I'm realizing more and more how absolutely important that is. And again, this is an area that you can control.
Yeah.
And you can start teaching culture around food. Can you weigh in on this, the value of the nutritional culture within the family?
Absolutely. And I think what Laura said is just so powerful, because we should actually be getting our kids on board for understanding that all these factors play a role in how they show up. When we teach them from a young age to understand that getting good rest, that eating well, that supplementing with things that we need to add into our bodies contributes to them being regulated, to them being able to show up with better energy, be able to perform better in a test, to be able to do a better performance on the sports field.
To be happy and control their mental health.
100%. So these components are so critical, and we as parents need to take ownership of that. You know, you've said yourself, we've got to say, what are we bringing to the party here for our kids? And we've got to ensure that all these things are covered correctly.
And if they don't see us embracing it and being authentic, they're not. We can tell them as much as you want, but I think we all know they only copy what they see, not what they are told. This is an area where I would imagine you had a lot of fun playing, and you have some amazing products, because I know what your baseline is. So talk us through how you approach aiding the younger journey.
Yes, I mean, I have kids myself, and I've been on this journey trying to get them to take supplements. And one of the hardest things for me was an omega-3, because they didn't like fish, and, you know, they couldn't swallow capsules for a long time. So it actually took me 3 years to find the Nutriburst gummy range. And I wanted something that was sugar-free, that didn't have any nasties in it, but that also had omega-3 that you couldn't taste. So the Super Kids gummy and the whole Nutriburst range has high-quality ingredients in optimal doses for children. But then we've also got things like sprays. So we've got a D3 spray that tastes delicious, it's sugar-free. And then we've also got sachets. So we've got a Gut probiotic that tastes like sherbet. It's all sugar-free. You know, my kids absolutely love taking it.
Are these only for kids, or are adults allowed to take these supplements? Thank you.
And the sachets. No, it's for everyone.
I'm so glad you've done this, because, I mean, I saw a damning report comparing, and I'm not promoting smoking cigarettes by any measure, but that more sugar than cigarettes in terms of the inflammation and what it does to your body and how you feel. It's crazy, yet sugar just flies under the radar. These inflammatory ingredients fly under the radar. So now, because I don't have you here every day by my side, like a pocket version of you that I can keep, you have released a book. Can you tell us a bit more about that and what you wanted to achieve?
Yeah, so I think this is very much in line with this topic. It's a book that is the sequel to Weaning Sense, written by Kath Megaw and myself.
Brilliant.
And it's basically trying to align these very components we're chatting about. It speaks to the psychology of food, which is a major gap that we don't understand. I think very often we do preventative, or we don't do enough preventative work. We do treatment work only when kids struggle with eating. So when they're a picky eater, or we have eating pathology, or teens are struggling with eating, we only come in with intervention then. But we actually need to think about how are we setting our kids up for success with a good relationship with food, a healthy relationship with food. And then there's all the nutrition that's brought in. There's so much on the gut-brain connection and why we need to consider that, the understanding why things like probiotics are so important. There's recipes, so there's really a lot of value in this book. So hopefully it's something that every parent can actually utilize in their home.
With you and Kath involved, I know it's going to be the new kind of staple, the Bible, that we will lean on. So thank you so much for putting in the amount of effort. Thank you so much. Just give me the flavor again, the probiotic. It tastes like?
It's actually a plum flavour, but you would never guess that, because plum's quite niche, but it tastes delicious.
It's like sherbet. No, we absolutely love what you guys are putting down, because it speaks to a deeper cultural shift, more than just, as you say, kind of treating the symptoms or dealing with the end result. But I have a feeling this is going to force us adults, us parents, to hold up a mirror and look at our own eating habits, our own relationship to food and what that entails. But most importantly, we know it's about the connection with our kids, and that is in our control. This parenting journey is filled with a lot of learning daily, patience. Yes, we do try, and growth for both the kids and parents as well. So today we've explored how conscious parenting, emotional regulation, and vitally the proper nutrition can help raise confident and resilient children for when we can't be at their side. So keep in mind that small changes can make a big difference in your child's well-being, but we need consistency. And if you want more insight on this, you can visit Phytoceutics.com, and we'll keep those details up. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Graham.
Enhance your beauty from within with Phytoceutics range of skin, hair, nail, and longevity promoting products. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at Phytoceutics.com.